Hello and welcome to another glorious sunset here in Prague. It's time for the Boulder Women's Finals, and as you can see, the cityscape stretches out from this incredible park, and the Boulder Wall awaits our athletes. My name is Matt Groom, and I'm joined in the commentary box by Aneta Luzecka. Aneta, not only are you an ice climbing world champion, but you are an ex-member of Team Czech Republic. How are you doing this evening?
Hello, I'm so happy to be back and to be here again. I cannot wait for all the action we are going to see tonight.
It's going to be a good one, eh? It is going to be good. We've got the Boulder Wall down at the front. 4 boulders, and look at that display as the smoke flies above the stadium. The Czech production, they've got it all out here, Aneta. And what an afternoon it's been. We've had live music, DJs, everything.
Everything, and it seems like everyone from Czechia is here. Basically, the crowd is huge. Yesterday at the evening during the finals, the atmosphere was amazing, and I believe tonight it's going to be the same.
It absolutely is. The crowd have been filtering in. You can see they're stacked back to the finish point of this arena. And Aneta, I said you were an ex-member of the Team Czech Republic. How proud were you to watch Adam Ondra last night compete?
I was so nervous, and it was very proud and unique moment for me, because being able to cheer for Adam in a place like that, you know, it's really special, and it does feel special.
Absolutely. Well, this is the semi-final highlights from earlier on.
And yeah, she's just so incredibly strong.
She is. I think the favourite on paper. Hers to lose, it's got to be said, coming into this final. But of course, it's a clean slate at this point. The athletes starting from scratch, apart from count back to semi-finals. Now, I want to mention Erin McNeice on this one, because when we finished the broadcast, we talked about appeals maybe coming through. Her appeal did come through. She was kicked out due to the zone on Boulder 3. That's a hard one to take as an athlete.
Definitely. Like, you know, at one point you believe that you made it through the finals, and then the other moment you are not in because of appeal. So it's a sad part of it.
It's a brutal sport, isn't it? It is part of it, of course, as you say, but yeah, always hard. But these 6 women are the ones in the final, and they now enter the stage to be introduced to our audience. We've got Anon, Mao, there is Zelia, Naile, 2 French athletes, 2 2 Japanese, 2 French, USA and Australia. That's a multi-diverse.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
And there is Natalia, nodding, enjoying her moment back. We haven't seen her since the Olympics. Of course, she took that win in Salt Lake City earlier on in the season. Favourite on paper, as I said, but for the rest of the places, I can't call it.
Neither do I. And you know, whatever can happen tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And the athletes, of course, they struggle during semi-finals sometimes because that's the pressure round. I mean, you know this yourself. You're an ice climbing world champion, for goodness sake. When you're in a final, you can kind of relax a bit, can't you? It's just time to climb.
That's true. For me, the most stressful part of the whole comp is usually semi-finals, as you just said. Because, you know, you really want to make it through. And then in the finals, you just want to show your best, but you already made it through and you are there during the finals. And yeah, definitely the most stressful part are semis, at least for me.
Absolutely. Well, we saw the 2 Japanese athletes. Any of them take the win, they will be only the 3rd Japanese women to win a Boulder World Cup after Akio Noguchi and Miho Nanaka. Zelia Abazu, well, if they or Naile win, they'll then be the 7th woman in history to win one. Oriane Berton, the only current competing athlete who has won a World Cup, of course, this time last year in Prague.
Yeah, that's true. She won last year here.
Yeah, she's having a break after the Olympics. It was pretty spectacular last year, beating Yanya on her comeback from injury.
A lot of athletes is, I believe, taking a break after the Olympics. It's a very special season.
Yes, there are a few who have just had enough for a while. I know Yanya is somewhere on a crag climbing hard. I'm sure she's watching this, so hello Yanya. Now, Osh McKenzie, what a season she is having, not only in bowl, but lead as well. She was strong in copper.
Definitely, like she is able to combine both disciplines and she is doing very, very well this season.
And she just missed out on the podium in copper, 4th place, and she would love to get on a podium, and especially at Boulder World Cup, which is her specialty.
I mean, 4th places are always the hardest, at least for me, because, you know, you're so close to being on podium, yet you are not.
And that lady, well, she's no stranger to being standing on the top spot of the podium. She has a 50% win ratio in World Cups. Only Yanya Garnbrett has a higher one on 68%, which is pretty ridiculous. And look, this Czech, you live in Prague. What's it like? Because you were telling me yesterday that even non-climbers want tickets to this event.
Oh yeah, everyone wanted to. You know, Adam Ondra is so famous here in Czechia, and he made the whole climbing very, very famous because people are watching him on World Cups, and obviously then they know all the climbers, so everyone wanted to see it. So from my hometown, everyone wanted to get tickets and wanted to see the show, and it didn't really matter if they wanted to see women final or men. They just wanted to be part of it.
Absolutely. Well, they're here tonight. Now, we're watching the observation period. This took part just before our broadcast started. The athletes get 2 minutes per boulder to observe the route, check it out. And Etta, you've been in this situation a few times. What kind of things are you doing during this period?
Well, in the beginning, I'm always trying to figure out what I am going to do or plan it by myself. But then, obviously, it's very, very important to talk to the other athletes to find out if your beta is kind of correct or not. And me personally, I'm trying to talk to people who are same height as me or who has the same arm span as me.
And I guess styles as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. And the same style.
Well, our top 6 women are here on the screen. 2 Japanese athletes down at the bottom. They drew, as I said earlier, which is incredible. Zelia Naile, 3rd and 4th. Osh McKenzie in 5th, although she is Oceana, technically. We don't call her that. And Natalia Graceman finishing things off. Well, suddenly the atmosphere has changed here in the stadium. After the party that took place this afternoon, things have got a little bit tense. You can feel it bubbling away.
Oh yeah, just imagine the pressure of athletes at the moment, you know. It must be huge. The crowd is huge, and all of them want to show their best and want to be on the podium tonight. So.
Yeah, they're going to be behind the wall where the isolation and warm-up area is. And thank you to everyone who's been organising this event. There's a big warm-up section, spray wall out the back. The athletes then make their way from a tent down a corridor behind that wall. There's a little warm-up area there, and behind that wall you could hear the crowd. You're hidden from view, of course, and then you stand on some steps behind that flowing blue curtain that you can see in the middle of the arena. And right now, Anon Matsufuchi will be there, waiting to be counted into this arena to begin the competition.
Me personally, I love the Boulder #1. It looks so cool. Like, you know, the dino. I love it, and I cannot wait to see athletes perform on this one.
Yes, it's on the left, black, purple hold. There's a no-text hold in the middle, that clear thing, which is being lit up by the lights now. And let's have a look at our 3D render of this boulder, shall we? Starting on the right, those green lines indicate one limb. The athletes have to start with one limb on each one of those green sections, so probably an arm and 2 feet on the black volume. Or, sorry, 2 feet on the black volume, 2 arms on the starting purple one. You then run across, potentially stopping on the no-text, maybe some kind of coordination move, double clutch into those purples.
Yes, yes.
And then bad feet from there up to a horrible nubbin. Now this has changed ever so slightly from that 3D render, those pictures taken a few days before. There's just one nubbin now up on the wall instead of 2.
And you know, the top is super bad. It's basically not a hold. It's 2 bad footholds facing each other. It's not really possible to grab it.
A non-hold, shall we call it?
Non-hold, yes.
All right, Anol. She's just 20 years old. She's up and coming. She got a bronze medal a couple of years ago in Hachiochi.
I think it was last season, maybe?
Yeah, 2023 was that one. And she begins this move. So run and jump, and she's trying to move through that no-text into the purples.
Yes, without stopping on the no-mixed run.
Now, if you're new to the sport, we will be going through all the rules, but the principle is simple. You're trying to do a boulder in as few attempts as possible. And there's a zone in the middle. That's the first scoring opportunity. And out goes again, her second go. So hard to stop the momentum.
Yes, but she was closer on this attempt than on the first one.
There is Team Japan. We'll try not to have too many spoilers in this competition, but the men's was last night, and if you haven't caught up by now, then we will probably ruin things for you, so just a spoiler alert. But
I think they should watch it, so maybe don't spoil that much to them.
Maybe not that much. I won't give it away. Well, Anol immediately wants a brush here, cleaning off the shoes. Brush is coming on. And foot sequence is so important on a run like this.
Oh yeah, when I was competing, I used to hate boulders like that, like the coordination ones, because there is so many things you have to be focused on.
Yeah, you've got to think about the feet, placing it properly. Left, right, left.
That was the right sequence.
Right sequence, hips a bit away from the wall, I think, as she was moving.
She was supposed to be closer to the wall.
There is a gentleman who took a medal after 5 or 6 years. We're trying to work that out earlier on, but Manu Koru, awesome to have him back on the podium. He'll be enjoying this moment. Ooh, a bit of a bobble on that heel there to rock up and start. Better now.
Yeah, she made it. So it's the first zone of tonight.
Yeah, first zone, points on the board, and the second half of the boulder to come though, and a big step up after a bad jib. That foothold, a small screw on.
Wow.
I think she went a bit fast into that. There's not much to hold on to.
Yeah, because the jib, it's basically nothing on the wall. And she's supposed to stop herself in a move and kind of hold it.
Our cameraman getting artistic there as we shoot at the sunglasses of the wall. So Anol has been going, and not too physical, this boulder, so you can have multiple attempts at it.
I think so, and also it's not that hard on your skin because you are jumping on no texture and then into 2 pretty big holds.
Yeah, good point. Well, that's the starting hold.
Yes, I think once she figured it out, the first move, she's going to do it way faster.
Yeah, she holds the pinch.
Nice.
Oh, it's a nasty looking hold. We've got a sliver of friction on that one.
And the top hold is nothing.
Yeah, she's got to be slow. One finger on it. You've got to match with both hands and control it.
But
That
she
will be a
got
top.
it. Yes.
Brilliant.
The smile.
Brilliant from her now, and with a minute left on the clock. So boulder 1 done and dusted.
You kind of want to send the first boulder because it's a huge relief for you as an athlete if you are entering the finals with points on your board, especially with top on your board.
Absolutely. Well, that was the pinch at the top. She pinged her finger off there. I didn't see that in the full speed. And fingertips on, all it needs to take, showing control, making the match. I love that shot. Sharon So in the background there, cheering her on. We'll be going to her country in a week. Not long now. Okay, Mao Nakamura, who has one of the coolest attitudes I've seen on this women's circuit currently. It just seems a genuine joy for her to be out on the stage.
I mean, that's so important. We were talking about Sam Abezu yesterday and how his attitude is like he's so focused and watching the boulders and just wanting to have the boulders done. And yeah, every athlete is different and she's really just enjoying her moment here and on the wall.
Yeah, Mao makes me want to go climbing, if that makes sense. You know, I see her and I'm just like, you know what, our sport's wicked, I want to go do it. Well, she's using toe hooks to chalk up here. She has to trust this left foot. It's a nasty hole. She adjusts on it. And again, that first time, same as Anon, just maybe a bit too poppy to it.
Yes.
So she has another look at where those feet are going to be. By the way, where is the face painting? We can see it there.
I want some of it. I really want some face painting, but I did not see it.
No, maybe they can come to the
Another try.
That was a replay of that first go. So she's second. Comes off. This is where the games start to play in your head because you know you can do the move. You just got to sort of perform.
Yeah, and also you have to figure out how to do the rest of the boulder.
Something about the feet there. She got the sequence wrong down low. Like right on the very edge of that black second volume.
She got it dry. A few tries before now.
That's left foot slipping. I was about to say that's better. She certainly had the better idea on that go. 5 attempts, as you can see on the score. So
I think it's also the pressure, you know. She knows she has done it already and she wants to do it again. Yeah, here she goes.
Yeah, a bit of a stumble, but she managed to work her way through it here now. She went a bit too fast, a bit too powerful for this. Might need to slow that movement down. It is wild again.
Yeah, you don't want to rush this move. We already talked about it. The chip is just terrible. And you have to stay very close to the wall and kind of be slow to be able to hold on it.
Yes, and that was the skip across. All right, well, Mao will have a little rethink here. Back to the starting holds.
She missed it again. But you're right, she's still smiling.
Yeah, she's enjoying it, certainly. All right, well, she'll want to brush on those holds. The crowd have been fantastic over the last couple of days. Hips a bit away from the wall again on that run. So now the pressure starts. The minute buzzer's going to go.
It's definitely enough time to send it, but it must be now.
Yeah, she's got a couple more goes at this. And for the first time, you can see a little flicker of worry across her face here. Hits it, that's better.
Yes. She really wants to send it with this attempt because 40 seconds left. Not much time.
She thought about changing her beater and brought the right foot up. Palming in, and she doesn't have a lot of time now as we hit 30 seconds.
She's spinning up.
So now skips in. Good job from her. Might have another go, possibly, if this doesn't work. It's almost like she wanted a toe catch there on the right. She'll go
going
again.
for another one? Yes, she is. I love her attitude.
The crowd love it too. You could see it wasn't quite in it that time.
Yeah, she's saying goodbye to the boulder. But with points on the board, she got the zone.
Exactly, so she's in touch still. Look at that sunset, stunning.
Stunning, right?
It's a pretty nice place that you live here.
It definitely is. So unique.
So this was now as she ran across and then going up.
Yeah, holding on that, it's so hard. You really have to stop the movement, which is not easy.
No, 2 fingers coming off. Okay, well, the Japanese athletes having climbed, we now move on to the French athlete. Zelia Abezu will be out. So impressed by Zelia this year, and her results just show how good she is. Doesn't really matter, boulder or lead. She was 5th in her last competition for lead, 3rd at the combined Vila Championships.
That was impressive first attempt. She got very close.
She did. She's 20 years old, part of this new school crowd that will know and understand boulders and movements like this.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, the older climbers, they had to learn how to climb these boulders. On the other hand, for younger climbers, they grew up with styles of boulders like that in the gym, so it's way easier for them.
Yeah, I certainly haven't got a clue when you put me in front of a boulder like this. Give me some crimps. Okay, Zelia has a think. You can see those cogs turning in her brain as she gets stood up again. She's got a plan here.
That was close.
Yeah, those hips still a little far away from the wall.
Yeah, she definitely has to stay closer to be able to stay on the wall.
Yeah, which is weird because as you know, the way the volumes are angled, they're pushing you away from the wall. So you're fighting against gravity, pulling you left, and you want to go right. Crosses through with that right foot. Slightly different style that time.
Yep, but it did not work, unfortunately. I think she really has to stop herself with her feet on the black volume. I don't think it's possible to do it any other way.
Yeah, she brought that right foot up, so left foot pressing and right through. Let's see if she does it again. Similar style here. It does take out a foot movement doing that, and that was better.
She kind of tried to stop herself on the no texture hold.
I think, yeah, she's kind of taking a bit of sting out of that movement,
Yeah.
slowing it down a little. So Zelia does the brushing duties herself. You can see she's just thinking through the steps. Where am I going to land? Where am I going to drive off? Up with that right foot now. And you can see it's just annoying, and you know the time is ticking down. It's always in your peripherals. You can see the clock.
Oh yeah, and also like having boulder like that as your first boulder. I mean, it's not easy because the pressure is very high in the beginning of the finals, and you kind of know you have to do it.
Yeah, Zelia Avaluv's a bit despondent now. She hasn't got a zone yet. Minute 16 on the clock.
At the moment when she gets the zone, I think she's going to get much calmer, and maybe she's going to send a boulder even.
Yeah, she's not leaving herself a lot of time for that final sequence now. We know from Mao though how hard those last moves are.
That's true. She'll not have enough time maybe to figure out the final part.
Similar foot movements, almost hit the wall in frustration. You could feel it building in her. So chalk bag down. She just takes a moment to recompose.
Cleaning her shoes. Yes, and she got it. But 30 seconds left. Is it going to be enough?
It's got to happen now, hasn't it?
Yes. I'm so nervous for her.
Up she comes, makes it work. Zelia Avalou, that hand's shaking away. She tries to put some pinch power through it. Gotta be slow.
Her. She's so precise.
Very stretched out. That right foot isn't doing a lot for her. She's trying to crimp it. I think she needs to shuffle that weight over a bit. Bring that right foot into play. 7 seconds here. The time is ticking away.
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Is she going to? No.
Oh.
That was so close. That was a heartbreaking moment. Like, she was so precise, and then she just didn't have enough time to move her body into the right position.
Yeah, you could see it was that right foot. She was trying to almost toe scrub down low.
Yeah.
Needed to bring the right foot over a bit. Very close from Zelia. This was the moment she did it. Different style, interesting. She really pulled off the no-tex. Had the pinch well, and look at this. Tita, Tota, and gone.
I think once she figured out that she didn't have time, she just tried to stay on it and top it. She had only like 3 seconds left, so...
The lady's face says it all, doesn't it? All right, well, next up will be her teammate, Naili Mignon, out onto the stage. She was fantastic in Salt Lake City, and of course she won the boulder round of the Vila European Champs. She slides down that first. And multiple medals to her name, starting off, well, really back in 21 for the Voronezh Youth Champ, way back in the day. But of course her comp history is a bit dotted because she had a really nasty knee injury she had to recover from. Back to full strength now.
Current Boulder European champion, wow. And she's proving it pretty well.
Flowing in, no problems. Goes up with the left foot.
It's different, Vita. Nice. fast.
Look for the toe hook, didn't need it. Stands on the second of the jibs, finds the left foot, stretches up, one move away now from Naile.
Now moving the left over. Yes, she's done it so easily.
Total control, and a couple of attempts as well.
That was fast. That was super fast time.
Yeah, Naile gets the job done there. She leaves the stage. She'll have a bit more time to rest as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's definitely going to help.
Yeah, it's different from semi-finals where the time is fixed. Here, once an athlete's done it, they move. They can leave the stage and we bring the next one on. Oh, his fingers just digging in there. Coaches being busy. There were so many appeals during the semi-finals. They had their work cut out. So here we go. Oish McKenzie, second to last athlete out here. Not necessarily her easiest style, this one.
Let's see, what is she going to do on the boulder?
So, Oish pulls on. Interesting, super slow on those movements.
Yeah, she's trying to stop, kind of. It's so cool to see different styles because every athlete, they're using kind of different styles.
Hips very low as she springs upwards. Good
And
work.
she's got it.
Yeah, she's in.
Important points for her.
Right, left foot drilling itself on. She springs upwards, pinch power, trying to find it.
Asking for cleaning the hold.
Now, they're the two sisters who follow the world with her. And we did a little interview. And do check out the World Climbing Club, which is a free-to-watch YouTube show. We do it every day during the World Cup. And we have a little interview with those sisters and Oish, of course. Today's episode, yesterday's filming was released this morning. There'll be one tomorrow. Highlights, interviews, and more. So you can check that out.
She's planning very carefully her next try.
Yeah, she spends a lot of time training in Innsbruck. That big facility there.
Oh,
Your hands exploding off those purple holds. Although they've got friction, I mean, we were feeling them earlier. There's not a
yeah.
lot to grab
No,
onto.
not at all. But it's good for their skin, you know.
I think the skin might be the last thing they're considering right now. It's
Yes,
it's time to burn it there.
I was trying to be positive.
No, I like it. Yeah, disgusting hold, good for the skin.
Good for skin. No texture hold, great for your skin.
Yeah, absolutely perfect. Forget about the friction. Yes, better from Oish. Really shouldery that way. Right, pauses, tries. I don't think that right foot is the way. Everyone's
Different,
thought
yeah.
about it.
But then everyone who has made it too far did it from left leg. Yeah, she's able to stay on hold.
Yeah, accurate with that right foot. Finds the left jib as well. She's a move away here. That's a match for Oish. She's got a top as well.
Again, making it look so easy, the last move. Once she was able to stay on the little jib, it was easy for her.
Which way do I go? She say? Over to the right.
A little bit confusion.
Okay, so one final athlete to come. It'll be Natalia in a minute. This was her launching across the slab, sliding down. You can see on that slow-mo. Finding the friction eventually. And look at the feet. Wonderful shot there. I guess the netter is easier when you've got crampons on.
Oh yeah, it will be much easier actually. Although I have tried some runs over volumes with crampons and they are kind of getting stuck in the volumes, you know, so not best for your ankles.
No, I'd imagine not. Well, there's the mascot. He was doing water squirting duties earlier on, having a lot of dancing, whoever that person is in the suit. I mean, maybe there's not a person in the suit, who knows? Maybe it's
Never
real.
knows, you never know.
Natalia Grossman, she was dominant during semi-finals. Can she continue that run of form?
She was absolutely dominant. I still cannot stop thinking of that slap.
Yeah, the slap,
It was wonderful.
it was really good. She found just friction where that no one else could
Yeah.
get purchased. And
Yeah, it was amazing.
Josh Larson, head USA coach, watching on there.
So far not happy with that dyno or like move.
Yeah, the the America's USA team facility, the TC, has a no hands slab wall. So they practice moves like this all the time.
It's so important nowadays to get the coordination moves into your body.
Yes, it is. Well, left foot on. She's thinking about the right. She's looking down for a toe catch as well. And you can see that.
Ah, she missed it.
Well, I kind of think it was the wrong idea to get that toe because she was trying to find it underneath. And I think just standing more straight into it like everyone else has done might be better.
That's true.
She was kind of caught in two minds on that one.
She's back in zone. Is she going to go with right feet now?
I think the idea with the right would be to stand up and then plant your left foot out onto the volume. See, that's the problem with the toe. I think it's too low.
Yeah, she's trying to put a toe hook under the purple hole.
It's interesting. The setters sometimes play with the athletes a bit like this. You know, it's a move that you'd expect there to be a toe catch, and yet it's actually harder with it.
It's so evil from the root setters. I love it.
So she wanted that left. Will she go for the toe? I just wanted to stand straight up into it. She does this time. And I wonder if touching it would have given her an idea.
Still not being able to actually hold on this non-existing hold, basically.
All right, Natalia now needs to dig deep here. Minute 42. She's got loads of time.
Yeah, but you know, mentally we've already talked about it. Mentally it's very hard, especially as she kind of know that there were athletes which already topped this boulder. So the pressure is high and the time is ticking down.
Yeah, you start thinking if I missed the trick.
She got it this time.
I tell you what, she just turned on crimp power instead. She was like, you know what, I'm not letting go of this one.
Yes.
Creeps up with the left hand. That right toe is low, though, to make the match. She needs, I think, to bring it in. Forget what I say, she will go to the match anyway.
She's doing it anyway. She's like, no, I'll do it my way. And it's going to work, and it did indeed.
Yeah, scrape the foot and a big blow out of breath. She knows that was important. Well, boulder number one done, Annette, and climbing a little bit like we thought it would, but lots of tops on that one. Catching in underneath, turning it into an undercling. And this was just, you could just see the determination there. Really pinching that hold with the thumb in action. And then this, I thought it was too far.
She proved it wasn't.
Yeah, it was like a shut up Matt moment there. She came brought that right. Look, Josh was like, whoa. So, boulder number one is done. We forget about it. We move on to boulder number two.
Boulder number two, wow, the beginning and the finish. Basically everything about this boulder is going to be so interesting and so hard.
Well, here is the top four. Top four all getting tops there. Mao and Zelia, only zones for them, leaves them down at the bottom. Nale Mignon did it quickest in just 2 attempts. That's why she's on the top spots, but everyone in touch at this point. Let's have a look at this boulder. So a run and jump starts up to that red, a right toe catch in order to get established and bring that right hand over into the starting holds. And then an interesting move. We originally thought it was maybe matching the sloper, but in fact the setters were telling us you pop left.
Oh yeah, which is a move which I would not like to try. I mean, it's a huge sloper.
And up to the zone, coming through to the top. Small crimps and a nasty little foot sequence to finish things off. There might be a variety of methods in that. So here we go. Anon Matsufuji out onto the stage. She comes and joins the party here. And this starting move to me, Annette, looked just vicious, but she makes it pretty simple.
Toe hook at the beginning.
And she is stopping. This is kind of what I thought, but now needs to fire into it.
I would try the same thing. I would try to stop on the sloper, but I don't think it's going to work. At least it's not what the root setters meant to do.
No, exactly. And we had a little feel of it, and it is weird. It's like a globe, that hole. It's got sort of ripples of texture throughout, so a bit like countries. I might be going a bit too artistic with that description, but that's what I saw anyway. Am I alone? I just saw a giant globe. Clearly, Annette is looking at me like I'm a complete weirdo here. But there, see, look, looks like countries. springs out, trying to press that right hand in.
And she was more dynamic this time. She was not trying to stop on the sloper.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. The way she read it, she made that adjustment. Benny watches on. Let's see that again in the replay.
I feel like the moment when you have to release the toe hook and just trust the sloper and get the next hold, which is quite good, not the best, but good. It's so hard.
How shouldery is a move like that? Like, what kind of muscles are you using to press in?
I think it's very shouldery, actually.
So stretched out. Wow. I guess she's trying to stop the swing, kicking into the wall like that. And you hear the thud from our microphones.
It's definitely more powerful than the previous boulder. The previous one was just like, coordination, jumping, and this style, and also technical in the end. This is very, very powerful move.
Yeah, that's a good point, because the setters I know for this competition have really tried to put categories onto the boulders. And that first one, kind of coordination slab, this is powerful. And you talked about skin, ripping off that ball. That's not going to be helping.
Definitely not, because especially the sloper, there is some texture on it. It's hard to see it, obviously, but there is some texture. And the skin is not going to be happy about it. Slipping over and over again.
So she presses into this position, kicks that leg over. That's
wow, yeah, she tried different beta.
Now
hook.
Tries to find it on the right. That hold will get better and better as she stands up. She couldn't get any.
No, she's asking for cleaning again.
There is Meiichi Narasaki watching his teammate. And there's another look here. Yeah, you can see the principle. She was trying to rock up on that heel, but it slid before, because the side pull zone hold, when you stand into it, that's when it becomes almost a jug.
Yeah, but like from below, it's very, very hard to even hold on it. Yeah, it's really about the body position, and you want to be higher to be able to hold on this hold.
Well, 30 seconds, I've almost forgotten about the time here. It's gone quickly. She's got a zone, she'll like a top, but I don't think she's getting closer here.
She got so close to the zone in the previous try.
Well, she's been awarded it on the score.
Oh, yeah.
So she did move her feet around. That's what the judges went getting that heel on. I think that was enough for them. But in terms of top, she is done.
And she's saying bye to the boulder. Yeah.
But she did get that important first boulder.
That's true. That's going to make a huge difference for her.
If you want to keep live update on the score, there's an IFSC app or the website you can follow along. And let's watch this again. That was the globe, sticking with it as she pressed in. And then trying to make room for the heel on the right. Interesting stuff so far. It was a hard round in semi-finals. That must have taken a bit of energy out.
Of course, and just imagine climbing all these super powerful boulders just a few hours later. Not easy, not easy stuff.
Well, Mao Nakamura has work to do here. She's the only athlete to not top that first climb.
Yeah, she really wants to have this one done.
Yeah, it's vital, isn't it, for her, really?
She figured out the beginning so quickly.
Straight in, standing high on that ball. Ooh, pushing off the no-tech.
She already released the...
So she's trying to do it statically, which, I'll be honest, when I stood underneath it, I figured it would be a match, because it looks good enough to do that, and maybe you can kind of cheat that bumpy sequence, but I don't think it's easier.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a lot of power out of your body. So is it going to help? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if she'll try it again. Let's see. So running in, interesting angle to get that. And wasn't it wild, yeah. There's Jennifer Buckley in the background, and of course Sorato and Tomoa, two legends.
Yeah, she did manage to use the toe hook this time.
Get that left foot in a better position in order to make that move. She does go for the jump.
And now she does it more dynamically, without stopping on the blue sloper. Globe.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I think it is kind of globe. Now when I can see the texture, it looks like a globe.
You don't have
You're
to
right.
keep it. It's all right. You can just say, Matt, you're talking rubbish.
I wanted to, but now I can't see it, so...
I've got it in your head.
Yeah, well... that's the problem.
Yeah. Okay, so Mao is up. Looks down at that left hand, doesn't like the look of it, does she?
And you know, it's so... it doesn't look that hard if you're standing under the boulder, because the next blue hold, the pinch, is very good hold. But getting there and being able to stop yourself and stop your body is very hard.
Yeah, and look at that angle change as well. It is pretty open. I mean, it's a fairly slabby wall generally, this one, but there are sections that are steeper, and this is one of them.
Yeah, definitely not slap this one.
No. Right, left arm pressing in, bicep doing a bit of...
I think she's going to try different method this time, because she already released the toe hook.
Yeah, being pushed out as well by that ball.
And again, the time is ticking down. 1.5 minutes left, not even.
Mao with the toe hook.
No. It's a super powerful move. It really is. Very shouldery.
Yeah, it is, and pressing, you got to do, it's kind of cordo as well. You know, similar style to that first one in terms of that double catch.
But much more powerful.
Yes, I think so. All right, how's the match? Unleashes the toe.
That was closer. "30 seconds left.
Has it again. Let's look at this toe catch, because she's really flicking it out. And totally different style. So she brought the right foot in that time and then sprung off the first hold. Yeah, that big hold that she hits there is almost vertical to the wall. There's not a lot on it. Looks a bit like a ledge from here, but it's not. I can't believe she can do that, to be honest.
She's trying to do it more statically again.
Missing the pinch. All right, so Mao Nakamura is going to be further behind after that. No zone and no top on the first one. Work to do on the second half of this Boulder comp as she leaves the stage. So this was some of her attempts, running from left to right into the boulder. See what I mean by the angle of that hold? Not a lot to stand on. Made the match.
Nothing, I would say, but...
No, I mean, it's honestly disgusting. I looked at it and thought, I'm so glad I'm not standing on that thing.
My thoughts were just the same.
Zelia Abazu out on stage. Took her a few attempts to get that final climb and then falling off the top. Oh, sorry, I think I said she was, I think I said there was only one athlete who got that first boulder, but Zelia didn't manage it either, did she? She was peeling off. Yeah, sorry, I said Mao was the only one. No, Zelia didn't get it either. Zone in 9, but not a top.
And she's not happy about the start of the boulder. Yeah, now when she get the toe hook, it looks way better for her. Whoa! That was close on the first real try.
Yeah, it was a big jump over. Yeah, she has a different angle running into that starting position. Mao was more to the left, and she's more direct
like
into
straight, yeah.
So here she goes again. Hit 3 minutes on the clock.
Still plenty of time. And she's definitely going more straight into the start position.
Getting a bit further away from her at the moment. The big jump out. And those hips flying away from the wall. She needs to bring them back in, kick against it to stop the movement.
Yeah, she's in a huge swing. Not really stopping herself.
There is Team France, Mejdi. And people are wondering, by the way, why Manu Cornu had red eyes on the podium. It's a whole story, but basically it's something to do with he needed contacts, could only find red contacts, and then could only see out of one eye, and therefore only put one red contact in on the podium. I might have paraphrased.
Brilliant! I had no idea.
Better from Zelia. She did the kick
close.
that time.
Yes. She slowed down the swing, but still have not stopped completely in the movement.
Shake of her head, she reassesses this sequence.
Yeah, that's it. You don't want to try this boulder so many times. Not only it's taking the skin out of your fingers, but also power.
Yeah, and a reminder how complicated the top of the boulder is as well. This is a tough one, this. Yeah. Right. Running from shadows into the light with 1:30 to go. Super confident on that start now.
She's getting closer and closer, but not yet. She's not stopping the movement enough to stay on hold.
Yeah, it's such small margins to make a difference.
Because look, there is the kick and everything, but...
Yeah, maybe still a bit wild with that swing. There's a check of the clock. We're about to have a minute left on this.
The whole Olympic Games Paris 2024 in August, 2 months ago, for
Celia back in, misses the toe hook this time. And a bit like the slab, we see her starting to get just a tiny bit flustered here. Hit that left, makes the adjustment, 2 fingers dragging, doing something different now. I think she's going to commit to a press.
Trying different step, no.
Super low. It did actually look like she was in a better position by just taking a moment to press with the left shoulder.
25 seconds left.
It's not going to be enough, is it? She wants to
but
tickle
at
the
least
zone.
to reach the zone, it might be enough for a zone. It's now or never. She's going for the same beta again.
Oh, no, she's not. She's changing it.
That's impressive.
Knee bar, no way.
Wow. But I think it could have worked, actually.
I mean, we will never know, will she? Because she's out of it. I love the cheeky smile she had, because she knows perfectly well that's trying to break the beta.
But she tried it anyway. I love it.
Yeah, I like that too. All right, well, let's watch her moments. We wait for Naile to come out onto the stage. Got the pinch. Sliding down though on that globe-like feature, and then love the cheeky knee bar on that final attempt. Why not with 20 seconds to go?
Yeah, why not? You have to give it a try.
So here comes Naile onto the stage. Waits for the clock to start and she'll get underway. No hesitation, straight in.
No hesitation with the start and with the toe hook.
Very low though. You want to hit that pinch right in the middle. That's the best part of it. It kind of widens either side.
Yeah, I don't think it's possible to do it if you hit it on any different place.
Yeah, you need some crazy pinch strength to make it work. So
it's very hard and very powerful even if you hit it straight in the middle. No, she didn't hit the toe hook right this time.
Yeah, couldn't find it on that move. There's Team South Korea down at the front. Yeah, it's interesting with that toe. She's not 100% on it.
She was on her first try, and somehow she's not.
Look at where she's running from. She's taking a big run into it. Now adjusts ever so slightly to go into the right, and that's better.
Get it now.
Yeah, shifting those hips over to the right.
But still, getting huge swing and then not tapping the wall to stop it.
Oh. Headphones on. It's a lot for some people. I think I need that sometimes. Sensory overload for sure. Well, the sun has dropped behind the hills in the background.
I was just wondering what kind of mountains did you mean? But
They're there. Highest European mountain, I promise. But the hills in the background hide the sun now, and that sunset starts to spill over as the sky turns red. What a place to go climbing.
It looks so dramatic now.
It does. I've seen some wonderful shots. And do go check out the IFSC Instagram. Dimitris taking all the photos for the IFSC over the weekend.
Toe hook. Wow, she's going for the press. Is she? Yes, she nailed it.
Much better, and a huge high heel.
Can we see? Oh, yes.
Right, second half of this boulder time. But look how bad the feet are. The first jib, that small hole by the crack in the wall, is good. The second one is terrible.
It's basically nothing, the second one.
So, creeps out, 1 foot on the end. She needs to bring that right foot through. Can she make
Wow.
it?
Did she get the top?
Oh, yes, she does.
Yes. 2 out of 2. That's impressive. Like, once she was able to figure out this move to 2 blue holes, she done it pretty easily.
Awesome stuff from Natalie Mignon. She walks off with a strut in her step, as she should have, because that was great stuff from the 20-year-old. Hit the match, feet on the nothing hold, got the toe hook, and then look at this heel. Look at this. That is outrageous.
I love the feet cross at the end to the top.
Give me some noise, she's saying. Yes, and she deserves that. Wow. Well, Annette, boulder unlocked then. That's 2 out of 2. And the
Both
crowd,
2 done.
I think the crowd were, obviously enjoying it, but that's given them a kick there.
Of course, because now they've seen it's actually possible to climb it to the top. So
Okay, Osh McKenzie then, let's see what she can do. Running up into the starting position, toe hook in. She's a powerhouse, we know. I think she'll enjoy this. Big spring, but a slip down. And there are the sisters and the coaches watching on, filming every second of this. Hits that right foot well. It's so interesting. She hasn't got the huge momentum the others had, like more of a static start in order to get that toe into position.
that's true.
And there is one of the sisters. I embarrassingly don't know the names of the sisters, but in fact, I've got a
so
colleague
nice.
who's just pulled out his phone. He's gonna do some research. See, this is the level of the IFSC here. So 3 minutes on the clock for Osh McKenzie, and looking closer.
It's true. She hit the toe hook. She's trying different beta this time.
Yeah, pressing with that left arm.
That's the way Nyla did it.
She did chin in action. She tries to press it. She's kicking that left foot out.
Feet first, okay.
I reckon she was looking for a toe hook there.
Uh-huh.
Now, I'm not convinced that's going to work, but it was nice to see it.
Breaking the beta.
Yeah, a little twist of her head there. I think she knows it wasn't quite right. It's the hold itself, so nice, good brush for her.
I wonder what is going in her mind at the moment. Like, is she going to try the same feet first beta again?
May and Lulu, by the way, are the sisters' names. Thank you very much to my colleague here in the commentary box. All right, scoreboard down the bottom left. Now, if you're confused by that graphic, basically the boxes fill up halfway for a zone, full way for a top. You can see Natalie Mignon with those 2 tops out in front, but of course, Osh McKenzie to finish her run and Natalia Grossman to come. So we're expecting that to move around a little. You can start to see which athletes are struggling. Zelia Abazu and Mao Nakamura down in 5th and 6th.
Pressing this globe like hold again. Oh yeah, she's going for the... No.
Big kick. I know, you thought she was going to flick the foot.
Yeah, I thought so. Like in a previous try.
There are the sisters we were talking about. I love the lighting on the wall, those blue dots. Very, very atmospheric in the stadium. You can just see the faces of the audience lit up, and every single face is fixed on boulder number 2 right now.
Everyone is so focused.
All right, we're going to come up to the minute mark here. And just to let you know, if you're watching at home, we've got a special guest about to come into the commentary box. We've got IFSC President Marcos Skalaris, who's going to talk to us about this incredible venue and coming into new cities. So stay tuned for that. We'll stick with the athletes right now as Osh hits the left foot, hits the right foot. She's looking so confident on that move.
Yes, she has done it multiple times successfully. That was close, but...
Sliding down. It makes you realise how powerful Nyle's move was over. And Osh a little bit taller as well. She's 173 centimetres. I think she might struggle to get the heel up in a similar way to Nyle.
That's true, to squeeze in and be able to do the move up to the zone.
Pinch, not her friend at the moment.
Slid down a bit.
Well, she's saying goodbye with 19 seconds. No go for Osh, no zone either.
Yeah.
Looks back, and that face I've seen a few times from Moshe Mackenzie. It tends to signal some powerful climbing to come as she gets a little bit angry at the boulders.
She's definitely not happy about this one.
No, and I'm surprised. I would have thought that was her style. Look at that. She missed that on the live stream, but crimping right on the edge of the ball.
And the moment when she tried to break the beta, kicking her feet higher, wow, that was impressive.
It would have been good to see, hey?
I'd love to.
All right, Natalia is about to enter the stage. She runs from the center into the light, that big smile on her face. And I sensed a little bit of nervousness in that first boulder. It seemed like she needed to settle into it. And the moment she got that top, it was like the weight had been taken off her shoulders.
Oh yeah, because she has done the top, and now she is probably clean in her mind. She can start much calmer.
Yeah, exactly. She hasn't competed for a while on the World Cup circuit. Up in Salt Lake, of course, she won. The Olympics was a bit of a disappointment for her.
She just hit the toe hook, and she has almost done it from the first try.
Yeah, it was a big jump over, but struggling, as everyone has done, with controlling that swing.
Yeah. The swing is huge, and it's hard for athletes to kind of stop enough to be able to press up.
Yeah, you almost want to oppose it with the right palm, but of course, mid-movement, it's hard to do that. She had a look around the corner. I wonder if she might try something different here. Bit of a nod, though. There's Jenny Buckley, who double gold medalist from the Youth World Champs in China. Shame not to see her in tonight's finals, but she will live to fight again.
And
of course. I love that shadow on the wall.
it's very impressive.
Right, hits the right toe hook. Matches the crimp again. That's better from Natalia.
Again, the same beta. She's stuck with this beta.
Yeah, she's got something to aim for. You can see the rubber on the wall left by the previous athletes, and she's very accurate with the placement of that left foot. And
Calming herself down.
Yeah, it's the privilege of watching on our amazing broadcast. The audience can't see that moment. We get that sort of private insight.
The crowd is going wild at the moment. Wow, and she's got it.
And interestingly, she gets a knee scrub in there.
Yeah, she's not using the heel hook. Look at it, she's using the start hold instead.
That's cost her some energy though, trying it.
Wow.
Wrestling her way through here, but that is burning those shoulder muscles.
She's really trying to put her knee in there, and now she goes for the heel.
And immediately unlocks the sequence.
She's still able to hold on the zone. Yeah, now she goes stepping up.
Yeah, opposing that zone hold. Right, final sequence to come, and nasty razor crimps to follow here as she brings that right foot over.
And two bad footholds. The first one is not so bad.
Oh, she peels off it.
You know, she lost a lot of power trying to use the start hold instead of the heel, so...
Yeah, I think you're right. I think trying to do that knee scrub, almost a knee bar in there.
Yeah.
Not the easiest beater, and I think it cost her later on in that boulder.
Yeah, and she was just like scraping the blue hold, trying to find some texture on it. So definitely cost her a lot of power.
Yeah, Josh Larson's reaction has said a lot. It was kind of like, yes, you know, you got it. The coaches, of course, can't give the athletes beater. They're not allowed to tell them how to do it, but they are allowed to encourage.
40 seconds left.
Oh, my fingers are sweating here.
Me too, I'm like so nervous for her.
No, and I think Natalia might, that cost her that go, but...
Is she going to try it? No.
I think she's done. Well, the zone hold might be enough. And look, Annetta, you take a break for a second. We're going to bring Marco into the commentary box here. So you have a sip of water, and I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
That's an amazing number of fans here at the IFSC World Cup in Prague.
Well, it is my pleasure to welcome into the commentary box Marco Scolaris. So first of all, Marco, I mean, congratulations on another incredible event here. It's great to see cities like this come up, because last year was good, but you've improved on it this year.
That's true. That's true. It's last year was amazing. This year is even better. Huh? I think that they show what is important for us is to work together with the organizers and the national federation when the national federation is directly involved in organization, and show what we are able to do. I mean, we are coming from fantastic Olympic Games, and people here feel comfortable with this organization. They show a lot of respect, consideration for all the stakeholders, starting from the athletes to the IFSC people, to you. You are very well placed, and also the VIP lounge, which is a VIP extended lounge because there are so many people there. And the food is very good, and you have a perfect view on the. And you see also this one, this projection mapping is great. Everything is great.
It's a beautiful stadium, and I know sustainability is really important for you, and a stadium like this is building on that legacy you're trying to leave.
Yeah, that's true. But other details, for example, we always encourage organizers to provide the IFSC team and everybody with hotels within a walking distance. And this is the case, you know. Then there is a price to pay that you can see on my face.
Well, yeah, I was going to ask you, because whilst doing that walking, you had a bit of a mishap last night.
Yeah, well, actually, what happened is, as I said, my hotel is a walking distance for here, but rather than following the streets, I went across the park. And in the park there are trees, and there are branches of these trees. And unfortunately, in the dark, I couldn't see that one of these branches was very low. So I really impacted the branch. And there was blood everywhere, so I went to the hotel, and maybe I have to call a doctor, but then finally it was okay. So the result is some red marks on my face, a swollen nose, but everything is fine. It's not painful. So.
Oh, Marco. Well, I mean, this is one of the reasons we're talking to you, because we'll see you on stage later on, giving the medals away. We wanted people to know you're okay.
I'm really okay, and I've been offered from the Czech Federation president's wife also to have a makeup, but finally I refused. No, everything is ready. Yeah. So, but well, you imagine then having some post on.
They need to send it to me. I haven't got any makeup, and I definitely.
Yeah, but the problem is to find the right color of my skin. You know.
Well, look, Mark, I wanted to talk. Can we talk about paraclimbing briefly? Because we're off to Arco next week, and again, I know we talked about this before, but congratulations with paraclimbing in LA. What an achievement that is.
Yeah, this is somehow it was even harder than getting into the Olympics, because expectations were much higher. You know, when we got into the Olympics, people were thinking, well, now we are in the Olympics, we are in the Paralympics. Absolutely not. There are two completely different things, organization, and yeah, we are happy. And of course, this is closing the circle. It's not finished yet, because also in LA, we will be additional sports, so this must be confirmed for the Olympic Games afterwards, the Paralympic Games afterwards. But of course, this is the first step, and now we are going into negotiations about categories and classification and everything. But it is a recognition of the hard work we have done, especially in the last 3-4 years.
Well, Marco, congratulations. We're going to go back to the action now, but if everyone watching you at home, don't worry about Marco's face. He's open. And we'll come back, I'm sure, for more World Cup podiums in the future.
Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the competition, and see you in Arco.
We absolutely will. Thank you, Marco. See you soon. Well, thank you to Marco. We return to the action, and Non Matafucci is up on the slab. And yes, big thank you to Marco Scolaris, who works tirelessly behind the scenes to make sure these competitions happen. And there's a lot you don't see at home, and he's a very hard-working man, so cheers, Marco. All right, Tanetta, back in the commentary box, and we're watching Anant Matafucci on this really complicated boulder. There's so much going on here.
It is super complicated, and I think it's very hard for the athletes to figure out how to do it on the first few tries, you know. I mean, it's not going to be easy.
It isn't. And in terms of starting position, those green lines, they indicate the entire volume and everything on it. So it gives the athletes a little bit of flexibility to decide how to start the boulder.
Yeah, but also on the other hand, it might be hard for them to find the right beta how to start.
Yeah, it's good. With great choice comes great confusion sometimes.
Yes, that's it.
To quote Spider-Man, I think. So,
if it's like clear, you know, and you have like 2 hands and 2 feet, that's easy. Like that, you might come up to a bad conclusion, you know. Like.
Absolutely. Yeah, it can be complex, can't it? Well, Anand gets stood up. She's got the zone already, so that's the top and 2 zones. And That's not bad. She'd like to get this done though, pressing that chin against the wall. And you can see there's fingerprints left by the setters to indicate that you kind of got to almost pinch that next hold. You can see those fingers in action.
Yeah, you kind of want to follow the mark of chalk to be able to read a boulder.
Yes, we talk about Adam Ondra, he's a big fan of that. Right, and on into the zone. She got it before that left foot nearly spinning her off though. And there is a potential toe hook on the right.
Yeah, and then kind of pressing into the next hold. Yeah, and now it is a toe hook and pressing against it with the... Wow, she has changed it into a heel immediately.
I think that's had to hook her body around the corner.
Yeah, and now she was able to reach the black volume.
There is Ayuka, the coach.
Close to the top.
Gets a heel.
Heel, and that's it.
Wow, 2 out of 3 for Non Matsufuji. That was good work from her. It is techie, that boulder.
Definitely. But that was just so beautifully done.
It's all about body position, isn't it? Because you can't really cheat and, you know, use power to get your way through that. You have to lock that heel in underneath.
You have to have perfect technique, and you have to know exactly what to do with your body and how your body should be positioned. You know, so a lot of heels, one toe hook, and that's it.
Yeah, good work from her Non. Relief and celebration there. Okay, Mao onto the mat, and Mao is behind at the moment.
Smiling again.
Yeah, that attitude, it's just infectious. I want to go climbing. I want to leave you in the commentary box, grab my shoes and hit the gym.
That, and I'm smiling just seeing her.
All right, so let's see what she can do.
Starting slowly. You don't want to be too fast on this boulder, especially on this first technical part.
Yes, and she was maybe a bit too poppy down low there.
Yeah.
So coach is watching. Hearts from the audience.
Looking carefully at the zone and the black volume and probably trying to figure out how to stop the movement.
Yeah, it is an odd one to read this. And again, through a steep part of the wall, pressing to start with. You've got to trust that right foot.
The press is kind of, whoa, she's trying to find something there.
Yeah, the classic crimp the edge of the wall. I never know if it's better to cut your fingernails or let your fingernails grow for a move like that.
That's true. I will definitely go for it. Who needs a fingernails? After the comp, I mean. During the comp, you need them, obviously.
Well, normally you can use ice picks to hold on to that thing.
That's true. I'm not using fingernails much during ice climbing.
I'm sure you did back in the day, though.
I did. Oh.
All right, so scoreboard down the left. Non Matsufuji leading the way. Mao currently down with only a zone, so she needs something here. That's crimping the edge. She's underclipping.
Again, yes. But it worked. It did work, and she is able to move. It needs a lot of flexibility to do this move. She grabbed the zone.
Yeah, that's better from how that left foot flips.
She wasn't using a toe hook at all. She's going straight for the heel. She just did this Gaston move without the toe hook. Yeah, straight to the heel.
Oh, she wants that. Bring that left foot up.
Yeah, she's struggling.
That shoulder. Both shoulders.
No.
Yeah, that's a real twisty move. She's got to do that.
I bet her shoulders doesn't really like it. Or at least mine would not.
No, exactly. So, Mao having a look here. She had the right idea. I think she just needed to get a bit of height, actually. That heel hook was quite low.
Yeah, I think she has to move it a bit higher to be able to move the other leg higher.
I'd agree.
On the black volume, yes. Yeah. But then also, I think using this toe hook really helps, and she did not use it, so then it might have been harder for her to place heel correctly.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let's see if she makes those adjustments here.
Again, going for this undercling. I love
There
it.
is quite, now we see it from that angle, there is,
Something.
yeah, we can call it a crimp.
I'm not sure if I would call it a crimp, but there is something.
Right, stretches
Split.
out.
Yeah.
Now, will she use this toe? She still hasn't.
No. No, she's going for this Gaston again.
Now the toe
Now.
help.
Yes.
But kind of an instinctual toe, you know, just threw
Yeah,
it
it
in.
was just like in and out immediately. But I think.
Knee in
knee.
action, yes, Mal.
Well, you can use it. It's part of your body. I mean, why not?
Oh, and no, I'd forgotten about
Me
the time.
too, like totally. I was so focused on her climb that I forgot about the time.
Oh, that went quick, didn't it, Mal? And she thumped the wall in frustration as that buzzer went. I think she forgot about it too. Well, let's see how she did those moves. That toe hook, hooking around, clawing around the corner worked well. Oh, yeah, she knows she was in such a good position. She could chill.
Yeah, rest a little bit and then just switched from knee to feet and stand up. I mean, it's easy for me to say just stand up from the commentary box, you know. It's still very hard to.
No, that's our job. We can armchair commentate. It's wonderful.
I think I love it. I do love it.
Zelia Abazu out next, and she is in touch here. There's a deep breath. Actually, what am I talking about? She's not in touch. So two zones only. Yeah, so needs work.
Definitely.
Down in sixth, wants a top, has to get a top here. I'm so used to Zelia Abazu crushing it. It's all right.
So reaching out for.
Oh.
Wow.
Fingers in, now a palm. Pressing.
She's got it. Bring her body closer to the wall. To the right.
This is controlled climbing from her.
Very controlled.
Horizontal as she finds the toe.
Definitely using a toe.
Right, the shoulder starts to come into action here.
Yes,
Finds out.
Switching from toe to heel.
Hasn't got it yet though. Once she gets that body weight shifted over to the right. Oh,
Here she goes.
she should be in here.
Can she hold it? Yes. Toe.
She
She
needed
used
that.
a toe,
Yeah,
not a heel.
yeah, true. Good spot. And she really needed that top. That will do wonders for her score as we wait for it to be updated.
Definitely important top for her after the previous two boulders.
Yeah, she was behind, needed it, got it done, and looked way more comfortable on that style as well.
Well, I mean, it's pretty technical, and she's from French team, so
Tech Masters, hey?
yes, yes.
You see the palm print there. She nailed exactly the same spot. Got the toe in, made that match an important one for Zelia.
The crowd is going so wild. And I love it, you know, it's not like Czech people are cheering only for Adam. They're cheering for everyone and just enjoying the whole event.
Yes, congratulations, Czech people, as you put it. Yeah, they're good on an event like this. Nile rocks up.
She looks so confident and using her fingers too. She just has to switch into the palm, yes.
Yeah, it just helps you get a bit over before the palm.
Yes. Wow, she's turning
Ooh.
and using other feet. That was interesting.
Yeah, it was risky, but I quite like that. I thought she was going wrong, but actually it really allows you to push the feet into the red volume.
Yeah, but how are you going to switch into the heel afterwards?
I think she's gonna try to really push with that left foot here and then bring the right foot over into the toe hook
Maybe.
before the heel,
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. Might be her plan.
But it's risky because you're so horizontal and you can't really get your weight onto the toe.
You really have to trust your feet.
Yes.
That was a slide.
Not trusting her feet. And with two tops, she's sitting in the top spot at the moment, so we'll be pushing Natalia at the moment. Mejdi and Manu walk on, the two good friends, mentor and mentee, but it wasn't like that last night. The mentor became the Winor, not the win.
Winner?
Winor, except he wasn't, but you know what I mean. But it's good to see Matt taking a medal. Matt Groom talking himself into a lot of rubbish there.
I think people just has to watch it, you know, to be able to understand what you just meant.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
So just go and watch it, because then you will understand.
Okay, Nile rocks up, that knee scrubbing in as she finds the palm.
From fingers to palm again.
I'm just watching the feet, I don't want them to pop again.
Wow. Her left feet is quite high at the moment. It's a different beta.
Yeah, and I think safe. Oh no, it goes as I say that. Interesting. I mean, she is very stretched out, and the second you kind of take your thought away from your toes, that's when you get slips like that.
That's true.
Interesting stuff. Minute 30 to go. Got the zone.
Also, we have seen athletes moving to the toe or heel, either from the zone and black volume or from both red volumes.
Yeah, there's a few ways through, isn't there?
Yeah. She has done it from the zone and black one. I'm going to go for the same thing again, but this time it worked.
Yeah, kind
The
of.
switch into a heel is kind of nasty. No, she's not happy about it.
It's like she's fallen off every single part of this boulder.
Yeah.
But she hasn't got long to stop falling off this thing now, because it's 50 seconds on the clock, and I know she can do this thing.
But you know, the pressure is so high, and in boulder like this.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when you know you're in for a podium shot. It starts to play games with your head.
Yeah, and then you know that every single attempt could be important and could be the one which decides she really used her finger this time, not even using her palm at all.
Yeah, good finger power. Now watch those feet though. She's got the hook in. Now if she can just bring that left foot up, I think she'll be in.
She could, and she
Oh,
could
that's
break-
risky.
no.
There's nothing to heel hook on. She was so close. She had completely the right idea. I think questioned herself a bit on that last go.
She was so close, and definitely the toe hook was better on this ride than on the previous one.
Well, she spun at the start, got that finger into play, as we've seen quite a few do. And yeah, you're right about that last attempt. She just trusted it. But look at the feet. There's a good shot there. Our cameraman right near her to capture the action.
Just so close.
Okay, she's out and about. And we said that she might have something to prove on this boulder. Let's see if she's feeling fighty here. Top and 6 on the first boulder, but no zone on boulder number 2.
She definitely wants to get something on this one if she still wants to fight for podium.
Yeah, she needs it here. We saw Zelia Abazu fight hard. It succeeded for her, I know she did.
I think through the start, look at the press. Oh no.
Drops out of our shot as we zoom in on the hole they're going for.
Yeah.
A few supporters there in the crowd.
A lot of supporters.
Yeah, Oshi's very popular on the circuit. She just is herself at all times and a good role model. Right, looks down, trust that right foot, but it pinged before, so...
Pressing the start volume again.
Very
Wow.
dynamic. She saved it by bringing that left
Yes.
foot up.
Super dynamic. Start of it.
She's in this stretched out position now, comfortable enough to chalk up.
Yeah, because she's not in that big of stretch. You can see her knee was kind of bent.
Yeah, that
She's
bit of height she
taller.
has might help.
Straight to the heel.
But the height won't help bringing that left foot up.
That's true. In this part, it won't be helpful.
Oh,
but she was able to
no
do it.
issues,
She's just
yeah.
super flexible, you know.
A move away from O, she should get this done from here.
Here, yeah, heel. And that's the top. That's the pro.
Well, she was up to 4th before the top. That was a good move from Osh McKenzie. 1 to go then on this slab, and it's going to be Natalia finishing things off for us. Well, it took her a few goes. but it looked confident.
Dynamic start into the zone was incredible. Like everyone was, you know, trying to be as slow as possible on technical boulder like that. And she was just dynamic, and it actually worked.
Yeah, and that's put her up into a provisional podium place, but Natalia Grossman hasn't climbed yet, and she did get the zone on Boulder 2, so she should move ahead if she can get a top here or a zone. Let's see. Natalia looking more relaxed now than at the beginning of the comp.
That's true. And the crowd is going wild again, cheering for her. Also going dynamically. Wow.
Yeah, wow indeed. The core strength to hold that move in a stretched out position, that
It's
impressive stuff.
heel immediately.
Wraps that heel in.
Yeah, but it, wow. Press.
A little shake to show how hard she's working. If she can get stood up, it's done. Come on, Natalia. Left foot on now, that's better.
Standing up from this position, changing for toe again, and going straight to the top from this position without like really standing up.
That was good
That
stuff.
was impressive.
We'll wait for that. Yeah, wow, says Josh Larson as well, yeah.
Because you know, the previous athlete, on the way to the top, they used the red big volume, either with heel or toe. She did not, she just skipped this move.
You can't teach something like that, and I think Josh's face kind of said it. It's like, you know, as a coach, you're trying to bring out the best in athletes, and Josh is very good at letting an athlete sort of be creative with the way they climb. And you saw that with Natalia, you know, she just does it her way.
Yeah, and if it works for her, as it does apparently, I think it's the best way.
That was top. We'll wait for the scores to be updated and let you guys know as well. I think we'll show them on screen in a sec, but just one boulder to come, and it is a powerful one. Another powerful one. That was Josh there on the left of your screen. Enjoying his moment. Well, his athlete's moment. Well, as the party continues, we look at the scoreboard. Nyla Mignon just out in front, 2 tops in the zone, followed by Natalia Grossman behind on attempts only. Anon Matsufuji into 3rd. Ocean McKenzie just pushed out, but she could do something on boulder number 4. Zelia Abazu and Mao out of reach now. Good stuff. Well, maybe not out of reach, currently in reach, but with the boulder to go, I would imagine out of reach. So 8 attempts compared to 10 attempts separate silver and gold currently.
It's so close.
Very close. Let's check this boulder out. Hanging start. Got to bring your feet up underneath, just on the ball, not the big volume, so the judges will be looking carefully. Just that ball there, not the back one. A swing up onto what is a good hole, but it's far away and shouldery and awkward to see because it's kind of up and behind you. You then get feet on, and we watched the route setters test this. That second volume has been removed. That second foothold on the left.
And yeah, I think it has changed.
It has changed quite a lot. The angle of the zone hold.
Yeah, and also the top is different now. The zone is on different position as well.
Yeah, the setters tested it in cooler conditions, and that's part of what makes setting hard. Is, you know, sometimes you test it in the middle of the night, 2, 3 in the morning, and then you come to the stadium and it's suddenly, as it is today, 23 degrees and much hotter.
And you realize, yeah, it won't be possible that way, or either way, it will be too easy.
Got to create some momentum. Big swing required. Firing up and hitting a hand on it, but not holding it. Yeah,
All stakes on, pressure is high because, you know, I think this boulder is definitely about to decide the whole comp.
Yeah, and if you're worried about the cameraman, don't worry. He's further away than it looks on that shot. He's not going to get landed on. I'm not worrying about his safety. I'm talking about the athletes, of course. But he's out of the way, as you can see in the shadows. So up she goes.
At the moment I stopped talking because I thought you were talking not about him but about the camera. You were afraid about.
No, I'm
so
a camera
like,
geek, but I'm not that into cameras.
Okay.
I mean, if it was
Okay.
my camera, maybe. Maybe.
I had this feeling, so I almost stopped breathing.
Yeah, it's all right. I think athletes come before equipment. Sometimes. All right, she starts this swing again. And it's hard to drive this. It's so much more difficult to move like this. I mean, you're used to swinging around on tools. What's it like to generate that momentum?
I actually love moments like this the difference is when I'm doing these swings, I'm always on a good hold, you know, on a tool. Then, on the other hand, you have to be very precise because you have to hit the right spot with your pick only. But it's very shoulder move, you know.
So you think it's shoulders to create the swing?
Yes.
Interesting.
And also core, like basically your whole body, but you have to stop the swing eventually if you hit the hold with your shoulder.
Interesting stuff, yeah.
At least that's the way how I do it.
Right. You can see the deck chairs, by the way, on stage. That's because the athletes, once they finish this, they'll go to the stage and sit and watch. And I'm currently sitting in third, 1:45, and not close yet.
I think once you figure out how to do this jump, then you can start to bait more quickly, you know. She's trying different things.
Yeah, well, the block has been put in for that reason on top. Because the setters know how ridiculous the women can heel hook, how good they are at it.
Of course, they will be able to do that.
Yeah, they want to kind of rock up and mantle, and they didn't want that.
The thing which I would love to try on this boulder, because I wanted to try it at the moment when I saw it, is figure 4 from the first hold to the other one. It would still be very shouldery and very far away, but the starting hold is quite good. And if you swing in figure 4, I think it would be able to do it.
Wow.
Really possible to do that.
Yeah, it's a big reach, isn't it? Well, maybe.
Huge.
Go and have a word. Mention fig 4s. See if they do it. I know what you mean. So you think you hear wrap up figure 4 in. Interesting.
And still swing, but...
She is low on this, and it's just, you've got to throw your weight, and you're not kicking off any feet.
And then, if you hit it, you still have to stop the movement. Because the hold is obviously huge. But with that big of swing...
Yeah, tickled it a few times, but Anon Matsufuji's comp is done, but it does still leave her in provisional third, but 5 more athletes to come, of course.
Yeah.
Well, she will leave us for now towards the edge of the stage. We'll have to wait and see.
Extremely powerful start of Boulder.
Yeah, and remember, they've had 4 hard boulders in semi-finals. It's a difficult boulder to finish on this.
Yes.
Setters being mean.
I think they meant it that way.
Yeah, they think a lot about the order of the boulders. It's something they discuss, and they're aware of the styles, and then they'll base it on the athletes who are out, and also, how ruined they are from other climbs. If they want to finish on a powerful one, start on a powerful one, it's a whole process.
I mean, heads down for root setters. They have to think about all of these things.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, isn't there? Okay, Mao, struggling to reach that first hold. It's quite a pop. Gets it this time.
Feet, and now comes the swing.
Right, those hips tick-tocking over, much better.
That was quite close. But also, she's kind of swinging different way. You said it correctly, she was using hips. And she was going more to the sides than straight into the hole.
So a better angle, you think?
Yeah.
It is a good hold, but it doesn't really count for much when you've got to jump 4 foot to the right. Here she goes again. It is tiring, this as well. Better!
But, yes!
All right, well, she's in. And now, this is the section the set has changed. You can almost pinch this zone hold.
I think wow. Now comes the drop knee.
And I tell you what, it's way scarier than it looks this, because you're being pushed back by the angle of the wall. You've got to jump all the way over to the left, and it's not much of a final hold.
And there is nothing on the volume, you just really have to pinch the volume.
Yeah, you can see the size of that fall. She fell well out of our camera shot. Yeah, you kind of have to almost crimp and bring her thumb in on that last hold. She likes it, though.
It's hard to say because she's always smiling.
True. That's a good point.
But according to the fact how well she has done on this try, I think she likes it.
And not saying hello to her teammate there. She's had a few goes, and yeah, I'd imagine she will rest through here. Because the shot didn't show it with the palm down, but that press position is very physical to hold.
It's brutal to do it.
With no feet as well.
Just pure strength. Now she knows that she has done it already.
Can she repeat it? Yes, she can.
She is just proving that she definitely can.
Well, the ground shakes as the DJ drops the tune to celebrate that one. Right leg drop knee. 1 minute 12 on the clock. She sets herself, getting her body way over. Close, but not quite. Yeah, the setters took away a foothold there, which would have given you more to stand on. God, that's a powerful move. Unreal. Holding that press position. What do you think? One more go,
Made
maybe?
me speechless, you know. I'm just imagining me doing that press with my shoulders. I'm not the only one who is speechless, apparently.
Yes, exactly. Look at the crowd. They're amazed at that. So it's a bit chilly out there now as dark came in. Better conditions for the athletes, of course. I can't believe she's still doing it, eh? Left hand, big drop knee, of course, wiggles that foot into position.
10 seconds left.
She's got to be quick, eh? One hand away. Well, it's going to leave her down in 6th. It was a battle for her, a good one.
But important zone for her, I would say.
Yeah, important. I mean, she's not going to challenge for a podium on that one, but in terms of her own sort of confidence, I think coming into competitions, it's important.
Because she has done this move pretty quickly.
Yes, she did, and she knows she's got, you know, a lot. She can do moves like that, is what I'm saying. And with one World Cup to go, she will take some confidence from that. And of course, making the finals. Also wiggling the feet around down low, pressing in, up towards the zone hold.
Followed by France, Australia, and the last one.
So, Team France is about to enter the arena. Team Japan will wait for now. Here is Zelia Abazu. Now, this is something that she would enjoy getting her teeth into.
Looking at a boulder very carefully to figure out what to do exactly.
It's been a while since they've read it, hey? Easy into the first position. Let's watch those hips as she starts. Kicking off the wall. Changing the angle, though. Not liking that first almost direct swing.
Yes.
I think she might drop down here because she's just not found it yet. No, now regenerates it.
And that's it, you know. She's going straight into the jump and into the swing. While before, it was more to the sides and more like work of hips.
Yeah, no, agreed. It's trying to get the angle. And the coach is talking about something. Remember, their job is to find appeals, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. Yeah, because she was in two minds with the swing, wasn't she? And she did change it. Oh, she's now going that back swing, and then she will flick the body at the last moment.
No, she's changing again. But she's going straight into the swing, not to the sides.
And Zelia trying to figure this out in the air.
I mean, that's hard. It looks like such a good hole, and it is, but again, the press is brutal, it's massive. And I think you kind of have to think of the angle of your swing.
Yes, let's see if she's learned something from those two attempts. Let's try something different again.
Totally different.
Wow. So she's trying to push off with the left arm, palm into the right catch.
It was kind of like doing a muscle up, you know, but hold.
A few times in this comp, Zelia's questioned herself a bit, which is interesting. I haven't seen her do that. You know, she's usually very committed to something.
She's not committed into her pitas to sculpt, you're right.
Yet.
She's trying the same thing again. Like going straight up, really like into a muscle up, kind of.
I'd love to see it work.
Oh,
It'd be
yes.
super cool if she does it. So the audience start to dance here. Zelia with a minute 40 on the clock. She'll start this swing again. She's having a long look at this, trying to figure it out. Up to the jump position once more.
Tapping her feet to the starting position.
Yeah, you've got to do that before you can start the swing. That was much closer.
It was. I think it is possible to do it that way.
It might be, you know.
And if she does it that way,
Wow. It's going to be a huge
Hands
human
down.
flag if she can hold it, though.
yes,
Position.
yes. Masla bit flag.
Simple.
Simple, no. Simple combination.
All right, 1 minute left now. And no zone yet on this boulder. She's down in 5th at the moment. Attempting this again.
Quite there.
No, and a bit further away that time.
The previous attempt was very good. Is she going to commit to this beta again? Yeah, seems so. The kick into the wall.
That was better, the flick she had with the body. Allays from the French.
15 seconds.
It's not going to be enough time, I don't think. So Zelia, I think, is likely to end up down in 5th at the moment. One last try at this with 6 seconds. She's timing out, and no, her comp is done. So 5th place for Zelia Avazu. But another 5th place, I mean, 5th in the world.
And another finals.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to think, you know, when you see 6 athletes that someone's not doing very well by coming 5th or 6th, but it's 5th or 6th in the world.
The world. I mean, how impressive it is to make it into finals.
Yeah, a lot of climbing, a lot of hard work.
And the field here was like so crowded.
Yeah, it was a big one. We do have some names missing, but there are big enough names in this that it's certainly a challenge. So Naile, her go. Let's see what she can do here. She's straight into the jump. Naile,
Using her.
well, she's
That's
also,
a huge swing.
yeah, it is. I mean, look at the difference. That
But
flick. It's a bit of a power thing, a bit of an angle thing. She's just driving her legs through the movement more. And Naile is still in that top spot, by the way, as well, remember. She's still sitting in 1st.
Excellent. And she knows that she's
So Naile once more. 3 minutes 14 on the clock. Here we go. Starts to swing.
A huge swing straight into the hole again. But she has done
Oh,
it.
yes, she's in now.
If she wants a gold, she needs a top within 3 attempts, I think.
Well, we'll have to see. I think it might depend on Natalia as well. Oh, that knee.
Wow.
Look at that. Pressing.
Yeah, but I think she might have problem now to release a knee.
Yeah, true. She's kind of...
Switch it into a toe, yes. But she managed.
Wow, how did she hold that? She was in totally the wrong position to make
Yes.
that jump.
Yes, it was quite close.
It was, wasn't it? Wow. She's got such strength to pull on. Oh, let's see that. I mean, look at the flick that she generated.
And now the move with a knee.
Yeah, and we worry
and
she might
then
get stuck.
switching into her toe.
Yeah, that was a knee figuring it out. Well, what a first few attempts for Naile Mignon here.
And just committing to the jump from completely wrong paddock position.
So the other athletes go away.
That was this exact face.
Exact face, exactly. Stop it. All right, Naile, 2 tops, 2 zones now. Natalia could potentially get 3, of course, if Naile doesn't get this done. So Naile will rest for a long time, as you would. She's figured out the beta, she knows it.
Now she just wants and send it up
Yeah,
straight away.
Exactly, because the amount of power she's been using on that jump down low and on the top as well, she's got to recover here.
Yeah, she definitely has to take her time.
Well, she's ready. Here we go. Starts the big flick. Watch those hips as she launches in a minute. Here we go.
Can she? Yes!
Just, that was further away.
But she managed to do it and managed to stay on hold and on the wall.
I think this might be her last chance here there. That was only
40
just.
seconds still using her knee.
And face and everything else.
Yeah. I think it's...
No. Now, does she have time and power? I don't think she does. I mean, she'll give it a go, but
She's going to try it again.
she was. So, if she can find another jump like that, I'd be amazed. Come on,
Come
Lily.
on! Wow.
No, you just could see it.
20 seconds left.
Yeah. Well, it does still leave her in the top spot, but Natalia now has an opening.
Yeah, it really all depends on Natalia at the moment.
And Osh, I mean, she could get 3 as well.
That's true.
So it's still up in the air at the moment. Nali could have closed the door there, but she's just left a chink there for the athletes to move through. Tough stuff.
That was a moment.
Look at that palm as well, sliding down, and then the top hold, pretty nasty. Firing off, not using that left foot at all. And bobbling, but I think that was just burning out, getting tired on that.
The first move cost her a lot of power.
Yeah, the coaches know that now they've got to nervously wait. 2 to go. Osh McKenzie is out. She's a power climber. This is a power boulder. Let's see what happens.
When you said that everyone needs to wait at the moment, that's the worst point of every single go. You know, the moment when you cannot do anything by yourself, the only thing you have to do is wait.
Yeah, and all eyes are on you. They're seeing how you react. It's a lot to deal with.
It's terrible.
Osh just.
Straight from the first try.
Palm wasn't on, just the fingers held.
My hands are so sweaty now.
Yeah.
For Osh.
Big drop knee for Osh.
Yes.
Wiggles that foot on.
Can she? No.
That was so close. By the way, I haven't talked about who you are for a while. We're here with Aneta Luzhetska in the commentary box. She's my co-commentator for this evening. And we're watching the final 2, and we've been really caught up in the action here. The last evening in Prague. Men's Boulder World Cup was yesterday, women's today. And qualifying took place on Friday. Osh came pretty close on that first go.
Seeing herself ready for another try. Taking the time because, like, as we already said, it's a very powerful boulder.
Yeah, and she was close to falling on that first attempt. Those fingers, if we ever see a replay, the palm wasn't on the hold. It slipped out, just the finger skin held her.
But it did. She got the zone on first try. Just imagine how nervous her sisters must be at the moment.
Osh wants a brush. I think she should, she sits down. You know, it is an energy thing, a power thing at this point. She needs to regain that.
For me personally, when I was competing in bouldering, it was always so hard to just sit under the boulder and wait. I know it's necessary, and I knew even before, but it's just so hard, you know, you want to go and climb and send it as fast as possible.
And also that is your personality as well.
Yes, that's true. Not the most patient person ever.
So Osh will wait. That clock will tick down. I would imagine she'll give it. So no, she's getting up and going here. I thought she was going to wait until about a minute on this.
I would not.
No, no, you would not. But she's got at least 2 goes in her on this one. Let's see. No.
Straight away for another try.
We know now that Nili Mignon is guaranteed a medal, as is Osh McKenzie. What colours are going to be, hey?
Their first podium.
And may their or the purple phone, Lulu with the pink phone, the two sisters watching on, and Osh McKenzie, the focus of their attention.
We just talked in the beginning of the comp that it might be Osh's first podium, and here we go.
It is going to be her first podium.
It is going to be, I know.
And boy, does she deserve this. She's been coming for such a long time. Everyone's been talking about it. It's whispered when you talk Osh's name. Everyone says, but Osh is so strong, and she really is. But
She is. And
I don't think she's going to get to the grips with this one, though.
I don't think it's going to matter to her at the moment she realizes she just reached her first podium, to be honest.
Yeah, she won't know yet necessarily, but she will know in a minute.
She's gonna get the information very soon.
So, one athlete remaining, and it's a certain Natalia Grossman on her bounce back from the Olympics following a gold medal at Salt Lake City. It's going to be massive in a minute. But this is Osh's moments first of all. Close on the first go, and I think it was one and done in terms of energy on that boulder. Firing off the left foot up towards the top, but couldn't quite sequence it together.
But I think it was the closest to the top we have seen on this boulder so far.
Yeah, it was heartbreakingly close, wasn't it? So, Natalia Grossman with 2 tops and a zone. Nali Mignon, 2 tops and 2 zones, all to play for right now.
And according to the fact, Osh just ran down to hug her sisters. I think that was the moment when she realized.
I think she knows now, hey?
Yeah, something is telling me.
So here we go, Natalia Grossman, come on. Starts the swing, eyeing up the hold. A bit similar to, oh no, interesting, can she cheat it?
She put a halo on.
That was close.
It was. Is she going to commit to this?
You can see why the
That's
set's
the
put that
question.
block on, eh? Because if not, easy.
Of course.
I mean, easy. You know.
Very easily.
No, don't she start? Oh, I'm not sure. She. Well, okay. To me, she came back into that starting position. But anyway, we'll see. So, up she goes again, touches. Now drops back down.
This time without heel hook. But she's staying with one hand on the starting hold.
She knows attempts might be important on this.
And she lost one because of the starting position.
Signs up for Natalia here. There she goes again. Right
Trying
foot
different
on.
swings. You know, this type of beat is so reaching. I'm not sure if it's going to work.
Yeah.
Stay on the starting hold.
But then Natalia is like the queen of heel hooks, you know. If anyone can do it, she could do
That's
it.
true.
But
That's true.
I think you're right. I'm surprised she hasn't gone for the launch yet to test it out.
Because, you know, for now, she's not using the yellow volume at all to stop the swing or anything. She's just staying on a starting hold. Either with heel hook or without.
She's trying to drive off it, nearly.
Yeah, it's close.
Shouldery move.
It's shoulder anyway, you know, so maybe this is the way how to actually do it.
A little shake of Josh Larson's head there. I think he knows as well. She's got to try, I think, this other method. Sitting in third at the moment, guaranteed a medal. Nali Mignon at the moment is in gold. Here we go. She's going to go again. Going to push off that right
Same
foot.
method. It's close, but not enough. She keeps slipping out of the hold. I think it's because that's reaching.
You get kind of stuck underneath by putting that right toe on. Coming up to 1:20. 2 on the right are our current. Looking at skin. Painful, yeah. There's been a lot of right hand action on this boulder set.
And in semis as well. She
Makes
was
it
able
work.
to do it. Wow.
Well, we mentioned before doing it the Natalia way. She did it again. Cleaning the feet off. 55
You know, just
seconds.
casually cleaning shoes in the middle of powerful boulder.
Watch the score as
The
well.
press here.
The zone hasn't been updated because obviously it's above her head. Now, let's see.
Come on, Natalia.
Left hand on. The zone will be awarded now. We'll wait for it to be updated.
Massive drop knee.
Up into second, so she does need to top this boulder. And she's going to do it.
Wow.
Oh, well, she had us all guessing there, but Natalia Grossman takes.
Goal.
Let's wait for it to be updated before I claim this one. There we go. Gold medal for Natalia Grossman, silver for Naila Mignon, and bronze for Osh Mackenzie. And that is her return, redemption from the Olympics, return from injury, and that lady deserves every second of the applause she's getting.
Whoa, what a round. And again, the only person topping a problem.
Oh.
Just lost in semi-final.
You don't often see Natalia react like that, and it just shows you she has been through more than the public realise, with injuries on the way, the battle at the Olympics, and to come back and get a gold medal is something special there.
It was very special watching her during that last climb. I mean, during the whole finals, but...
What a privilege, eh? Natalia Grossman is Queen of Prague here this evening.
Very emotional at the moment.
Oh, I'm a bit emotional, honestly. It's like, whew. It's hard. I mean, how could you not watch that and not choke up a bit? It's full on. Let's see how she did this again. A big jump up onto that first starting hold. I thought she was getting the beta wrong, in all honesty. I thought it wasn't going to be the right way of doing it, but she found her way through it, as she's done all throughout this competition.
Definitely broke a beat on this one.
Yeah, multiple boulders, just do it Natalia's way. Oh, and that top, and she celebrated. She knew what she needed to do and got it done.
Giving me a goosebump.
Yeah, it is. It's special, our sport, I tell you. Well, we will try to take a breath here. Podiums, interviews, flower ceremony, all that to come. And the flower ceremony right now as the athletes will be celebrated in front. Let's get confirmation of the results first of all. Natalia with 3 tops in a zone, 17 attempts as well. She never gave up on that one, again and again. Naila Mignon in second, Osh Mackenzie third. And that lady with her first podium, a PB for her. It's been a long time coming, but she's got it.
She has got it.
And Naila Mignon as well. I mean, she's got a medal, of course, this season, but another one, and that's brilliant for her. Such a boulder specialist.
What a finals again.
Yeah, the night belongs to Natalia Grossman. Incredible from her. I've run out of words. I'm not even going to try. It's just really, really very good.
It was just absolutely amazing. I'm still so speechless.
Yeah, Sonetta next to me. We enjoyed that last boulder. It was another one, same as the men's final, all down to that last climb.
That's true.
Yes, celebrate together. Oh, well done, Prague. That was a good event. Enjoyed every second of that. Now, of course, just to give you a little bit of an update of where we are at, Arco paraclimbing next weekend. Please stay tuned for that one. Go and watch. And then after that, we head off to South Korea for a mammoth World Cup. Speed, lead, and boulder all in action as we say goodbye to the 2024 season. Oh, of course, we will return next year. And I've had a little sneak peek, don't tell anyone, at a potential calendar for next year, and it's looking good. That's all I'm saying. Some big, exciting venues.
Where do you have the calendar?
Ah,
Would
can't
love
tell you
to
that.
s- you know,
Secrets.
sneak peek.
Now, I think we're going to listen to this interview here, so we'll pause for a moment. Well, there we go. Interviews up on the stage in Team France. Hugs all round for Naila and Zelia Avasi, both of them putting their heart and soul into it, and well done Team Japan as well. Successful weekend for all. That's Sergio on the right-hand side, head route setter here in Prague. He did a very good job overall, I'd say, on some challenging boulders. And emotions come out now. It's there's so much you have to hold together, and certainly when it's all done. But yes, Osh Mackenzie. Absolutely wicked stuff. Celebrating with Sofia Yokoyama there. Well, podiums will come in a couple of minutes, so do stick with us. We'll enjoy these final shots. And remember the World Climbing Club up on YouTube, free to watch. And not only do we bring you the highlights from semi-finals, finals, and all the qualifying rounds, we've also got interviews. We have an interview with a fascinating man from Nigeria, first Nigerian athlete out. A crack climbing masterclass from Sergio, teaching us all about crack climbing from the qualification. And today, or in today's show, which will come tomorrow, we have an interview with a Mexican climber. What's in your bag? What equipment do athletes take into competitions? I'm a gear geek, so I love those kind of ones. And Annetta, I mean, let's talk about you for a sec here. Ice climbing season, you're a world champ, but next year, you looking forward to that season?
I cannot wait, and it's getting closer and closer, you know. We are kicking off the season in the end of November, which is very close, so I'm in full training now and cannot wait for it.
Awesome, well, best of luck for that one.
Thank you so much.
The IFSC season in full swing, of course, and what a way to finish with the paraclimbing comp and career. Well, we'll just pause for a minute and wait for the podiums here while the athletes and organisers get things set and leave you with these wonderful shots of the audience. Don't go anywhere, celebrate with the athletes and us in a couple of minutes.
Natalie, what about the last boulder? Tell us, how much did you believe that you can do it?
I kind of started to lose belief on the first move. My arms were so tired. I knew what the intended beta was. It was like a campus palm, I think. That's probably what, I don't know if that's what other people did. That's what I read. I got there and I was just way too tired. So I found my own way, and I knew once I got the zone, I love crimps, and I was like, I want that crimp. I want that finish hold.
If you topped, what about your emotions?
This win means so much to me, more than any win I've had recently. I think just signifies that if I believe in myself, I can do it.
How did you enjoy whole race, whole competition with the public atmosphere?
It's one of the best World Cups I've been to, the best crowd. Yeah, awesome, thank you.
Thank you so much, congratulations.
Thank you.
Fascinating to hear that interview, because I was wondering why Natalia was doing it in that way, and it just said it all, didn't it? She knew the intended beta, decided to change things up because she just didn't have the pop in the arms, and that is kind of what takes a champion, is to adjust. Well, awarding ceremony in 5 minutes, so we will return for that in 5 minutes, obviously. Enjoy these last couple of shots, and you can celebrate with our athletes.
welcome to the victory ceremony for the IFSC World Cup Prague 2024.
Well, here we go. A little bit quicker than 5 minutes, but we're underway. Podium time up on the main stage. That's where the band was taking place. And Annette, I mean, you know these experiences. What goes through your head as an athlete as you walk out onto the stage like this?
Well, I mean, I don't want to talk for the other athletes, but I don't think it's possible to describe the feelings when you are standing there and watching people and knowing that you have really reached your goal and get a medal on World Cup or World Champs. It's really so special.
It is indeed. A little bit of confusion there as they swap around. Yes, it's nice to hear you say that because I think that's right. It must take a while, I would imagine, never winning a medal, but I would imagine it takes a while for it to sink in.
Well, when I won the gold medal on World Championships, it took me like maybe 2 weeks to actually realize. Definitely the feeling wasn't there during the first night or the first day. It takes some time.
Well, lovely to hear that. The Czech head of the federation there says hello, and Marcus Galaris, he was the gentleman who was on my live stream earlier on. You can just about see that unfortunate injury he received from the tree. So heal up, Marco. Right, bronze medalist here, Osh McKenzie. She takes her first medal, and absolutely wonderful to have her on the podium where she belongs, frankly.
Just look at her. She must be so happy.
Exactly, incredible moment for her. Celebrating, she went straight down to her sisters to celebrate. Now, what's the trophy? I'll have to spot the trophy. Bit of stone, bit of wood, very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Silver medal goes to Natalie Mignon. She might have won it for a while if she just topped that boulder out. She came close, but tonight she will take the silver medal. The gold's to come in that lady's future, I promise you.
I think happy tears we can see at the moment are a huge part of podiums.
Everything's spilling out, all those emotions. And then finally we heard Natalia talk about how much this one meant to her. Believe in yourself, she said, and she really did. Found her way through, fighting different beater, tired arms. And Natalia Grossman, as she comes into shot, is the champion of Prague. Incredible, and what a moment for her.
Gold medalist and the winner of the IFSC World Cup Prague 2024, representing United States, Natalia Grossman!
What a build-up, the fireworks start in the background. Spectacular, eh?
Very.
Well, the medal around her neck, the trophy will be given to her, and we will listen to the national anthems here.
Having goosebumps again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the champion Natalia Grossman!
Wonderful way to finish things off here. Well, national anthems to go, and then we will say goodbye after that. We listen to the national anthem of the USA.
Povstaňme a vyslechněme národní hymnu Spojených států. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able to for the national anthem of United States.
So there we go, as the final notes resound around the stadium. It's almost time to say goodbye to Prague. Annette, thank you so much for joining me. Absolute pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for this experience. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot, and yeah, what an experience and what an event.
Absolutely. Well, we'll return soon for more IFSC action. Arco to come, where the paraclimbers get to strut their stuff. And then we fly around the world to South Korea to finish things off for Boulder Lead and Speed. Fantastic competition. Make sure you subscribe to all the channels, social media and the rest, so you catch up on all the behind the scenes from Prague. Thank you to everyone working hard behind the scenes to make this event happen, and congratulations to all the athletes, but especially those who podiumed. We will return soon for more IFSC competition climbing. We'll see you soon.
Samozřejmě nejsilnějším zážitkem byl poslední boulder a poslední pokus Natalie Grossman. A nejsilnější zážitek jste přinesli vy, a to bylo to jedinečné povzbuzování a ta atmosféra, kterou jste sem přinesli.
Vikčo, ty jsi v posledních dnech byla mezi fanoušky a viděli jsme to ohromné číslo jednotlivých fanoušků v průběhu 3 dní. Jak jsi to užila, jaká ty jsi vnímala tu velkou energii?
Já jsem si to užila moc a jsem moc ráda a vděčná všem fanouškům, kteří tu byli. Zapojili své hlasivky, ruce, tleskali, povzbuzovali. Byli jste skvělí a to vy jste udělali tenhle světový pohár.